All right. I think we're live. Who knows? Who knows? I believe we're live right now. So, yeah, another drawing stream. So, tonight, I'm going to talk about some art goals. I'm just going to real quick switch this so you can see I'm here, but I got this camera in front of my face, and then Allie's down over here. So, she's going to chat with me tonight while I'm drawing. And yeah, we're going to take a look. Someone who's drawing with paper tonight. And yeah, because I got some commissions to do. Like it's going to be something that kind of looks a little bit like this. I got one more to do tonight for this kind of style of art, and I'm just going to riff on it. I don't really have we kind of have a loose idea. I'm going to zoom out just a little bit on the camera there. Okay, great. And then we're going to talk about some stuff for the Draw or Die brand. We talk about what else are we going to talk about, Allie?
Your new job, my new job hunt, and something fun that we have planned for the Draw or Die Club community in the first quarter of next year.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm gonna still call you Allie, I guess. That's all right.
I respond to anything that starts with an A. So
yeah. Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna talk through a little bit while I'm drawing. I'm gonna start with my nice Blackwing 602. I don't know if you can see the Blackwing 602. Just a nice medium lead, I suppose. I'm gonna sharpen it up. Sharpen this little guy up. We're gonna do all kinds. I'm gonna use some of these Copics tonight. I'm gonna use whatever I got. Who knows what the night's gonna hold.
What's our art theme? What are we working with?
I've got skulls, demons, and fantasy. That's what this little post-it note says. Skulls, demons, and fantasy. I mean, I think I could do that. So
Can't ask for anything better than that.
Get cracking with that. Move this out of the way a little bit. So yeah, I want it to be kind of like that Scully piece that I just showed you. So we're gonna go. I think I got it. We're gonna go in the center, and he's gonna be kind of. It might be a little hard to see on the thing until I start inking it, but let's see. So that'll be what his body is. I think he's gonna be like raising a pencil in the air. By the way, surprise stream. We were just like, I got home from work today. Not my last day at my day job, my day job transition. We'll talk about that tonight. And but it was my last day in the office officially at my old new day job. I don't know. That's Spark.
Your old new job.
My old new job.
Your 2023 job.
My old 2023 job. Yeah. But yeah, it's just a little bittersweet. A little, that's, I guess, the big news of the week was the announcement of working with Gary Vaynerchuk on the VeeFriends comics, which I don't really like. Wait, I don't like this. I don't like this. We're going to start a different thing here. I'll go with it, but I want like more action here. Maybe a little.
So I'm going to try to manage comments on YouTube and Twitter X. That's a new thing for us today. I don't think we've gone live on Twitter before. So hello to anyone out there, and I will try to keep an eye on that chat as well. On YouTube, Tyler Dowdle says, popping in to say, what's up, DJ?
That's Tyler from VeeFriends.
Hey, Tyler.
He had the great idea. He had a great idea. I'm not going to spoil it. Well, it's a great idea for live comic drawing.
So many good ideas.
So many, too many good ideas this week.
Never too many good ideas. Just not enough time.
Right.
Steph's here.
Hey, Steph.
Zen Rasta and Brian Dunn. Ooh, I know what we forgot on our list. We need to pick someone to win.
Yes.
That Blackwing box set.
Yep.
So maybe we'll do that, I don't know, 20 minutes?
Yeah. Do you got the list? You have the list.
Somewhere.
All right. If you can do the draw, all right, we'll figure it out. We'll stop. We'll do the drawing.
I'll get it.
Apologies, drawing club.
No apologies. It's suspense. It's good.
Apologies for not getting that a little sooner. It's been a crazy week. So
It's been a crazy quarter.
yeah, it's been kind of a crazy quarter. So yeah, I guess a 2023 recap real quick. Let's just do that. We'll keep it positive, you know. January 2023, the job that I was working for, I just decided to leave that job for a variety of reasons, but mostly because I was there for 10 years. You know, I worked at Spread Shop, and I worked with a lot of top YouTubers, and it was a fun job for 10 years, but I just kind of was like, 10 years, you know, I got to move on. I'm 47. I was 46 at that time, and it was time to move on. There was a lot going on with that. And so I decided to like put myself on the market, I guess.
You sound like a cow.
Yeah. So we're sitting on the couch. I'm just going to like narrate how it really went down. Because I'm sitting on the couch, like, kind of like, well, I don't know what I'm going to do next. I got to, you know, and I think Allie found the job listing that was up from our friends at Spark, my friends at Spark. And Spark is an agency in Pittsburgh, a small marketing agency that's been around for 10 years. And they're awesome. I once hired them when I worked at Spread Shop. So, and Nick and Jim and all the people at Spark were very talented. And I love the commercials and stuff that they made for us at Spread Shop. And, you know, we had to stop using them because of budget cuts and stuff like that at the big other corporation. But
corporate,
you know, just whatever, it just happens. But, so yeah, I was like, oh, I'm good at this because it's like storytelling for brands, you know?
And what was your role there?
What was that?
What was your role with Spark? You didn't say.
Oh, my role at Spark was the director of strategy, marketing strategy, which was kind of a double role as far as like helping the clients that they had get better results, like with through content or like just looking at the strategies and kind of building a strategy guide for brands. And I got to help develop a new thing that they're using there and like for brand strategies, which was really fun based on the jobs to be done theory. And like, I'm still pretty passionate about that brand storytelling stuff. But, and I was very happy at Spark, by the way, like there's no problem at Spark. But this year, how's it looking here? We can't really see what we're doing here. Take hide Tyler's comment there. Hey Barry, see Barry in the chat. I'm gonna kind of go with like he's gonna be like holding a pencil that's like on like magical fire coming out of it or something. I think that'll be cool to color tonight. Yeah, so we went yeah, I guess there's a lot to talk about actually if we're recapping the year, right? Allie started a new job early in the year.
February.
And by happenstance, the fellow that she was working for was really into VeeFriends stuff, right? And he had an extra ticket to VeeCon, which is Gary Vaynerchuk's convention for VeeFriends, right? Well, it's not Gary. It is Gary's, of course, but VeeFriends is convention. And I'm like, well, yeah, I'll go. So I went with Allie to VeeCon and got to kind of experience that as like totally wow, like open mind, like I had no idea, I had no agenda for going there, which was really funny because I think, you know, we thought that there were, you know, people that were like, what are you doing here? Why are you going to this show? And I'm like, I'm just chilling. Like there's some cool speakers and like,
well, you've followed Gary for years, so
yeah,
we've been together since late 2013. I think at that point,
I've already been
yeah,
watching them. Yeah.
you were
Um,
trying to evangelize his message to your team.
yeah. Oh man.
Even
Yeah,
if
like
you didn't always really get it.
yeah, I could talk a little bit. I'm sure that'll come up at some point, but I used to like listen to Gary videos in the office and people hated it. In my office, they're like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." Like, "Oh, DJ." Oh, like,
They
and so I
weren't
just stopped.
ready. They weren't ready yet.
They weren't ready. Yeah. Because I'm like, "Listen to this, guys." And then like my German friends, it was really funny. One time they were like, I forget when this was, 2018, 2017. They were like, we need to learn about what's going on in American culture, like influencer, creator space, all that stuff. And so I gave them like a presentation, and the two creators I put up were Gary V and Casey Neistat. So I told my German friends, like, if you want to know about oh, Scully with a jetpack, that's a good idea. Oh, that's a different drawing, I think. That's a good one though. I'm gonna do that.
You should write it down because we'll forget.
I'm writing it down. You know I like to draw jetpacks. Scully jetpack. Nothing space. Nothing space. If you email Allie, I'll draw that for you and I'll send it to you. I'll send you the actual original art. Scully with a jetpack. Just do it.
I'm gonna put my email in the chat.
Because that's just so fun. Yeah, so what was I saying? Oh. Yeah, my German friends were like, oh, what's this Gary V guy? And within like a year, they were quoting, Gary quotes like, look, DJ, here's a Gary quote. And it was cute. And I'm like, okay, cool. Now they understand American hustle culture, right? Or whatever. Like this is how we
Which was
put out content.
because it was a merch company,
Yeah.
If anyone needs to understand American hustle, it's
A merch company.
brand.
Right. Yeah. And so I think with with that, because you always encounter these content teams out there that are like, we can just post one time a week. And I'm like, no, guys, we gotta go 3 times a day. And everybody looks at me like I'm nuts. And they're like, he's just listening to that guy. And I'm like, no, it's true. It's absolutely true. You need to keep feeding the machine,
My favorite's always the people that are like, but we don't really need to post.
We don't really need to post.
We don't really need to. You do.
Right.
You do.
Okay, so I'm just gonna go with that. I'm probably gonna ink this up this way. I'm just trying to get like a guide, and then I'll make the inks better than the sketch here. And then we'll get nuts with the whatever's going on in his pencil here, Scully's magical pencil, because this guy wanted what? Skull's Demons. Oh. Skull's Demons and Fantasy.
Maybe his pencil torch is repelling some sort of
demons.
You don't have a lot of space on that side.
Oh wait, I'm just gonna change his foot. It's so much easier to draw in Procreate, guys. Like I'm kind of worried about erasing and all this eraser dust.
I'm recognizing some VeeFriends names. We have Soggy Waffles, Pumped for the VeeFriends comics. Yeah. And over on X, we have art by Tina. She says she's your biggest fan.
Oh, yes. She drew me this week, right?
Yeah, that was awesome. That was really awesome.
That was super cool. Yeah, the VeeFriends, we'll get back to the story in a minute. I'm telling the recap of my year. But I said it on yesterday's stream was like the VeeFriends community is just so welcoming and awesome and positive, and it's hard to explain to people outside of the community what it's like, because people just think something else if they're not in it. I can't explain it. Does that make sense, Allie? Like if you try to explain VeeFriends to someone, they can't really understand the vibe unless they've been there.
The convention was a really good eye opener for me in that regard because I think a lot of people talk about being a welcoming community. I know that was kind of different. It was different there because people actually would walk up to you and introduce themselves, and you would hear from the stage like, "You need to meet 3 new friends here today," but then people actually did it, and I think you and I kinda come from a cynical background. I think we've done a good job of trying to shed that
Yeah.
over the past few years and really feel more open and love and less cynical about people's kind of motivations and just kinda be present. And
Mm.
it's like that, like, it's just like that. Like, you see people supporting each other in the chat, like, really, I don't know, it's just a better vibe. It's a better vibe.
Yeah. Um, and I just think, what am I comparing? Like, so people are like confused, like, what is that compared to? And I'm like, well, Comic Cons, the Comic Con circuit that I was on before, people in comics are like, once behind the scenes, like the guys are kind of jaded, and Artist Alley is a very cutthroat place, like where they're like, they're trying to make their money and everybody's trying to get theirs. And like, then you got people like, I have mad respect for Ed Piskor. Like that one time I was telling people, I'm going to show it. It's super cool. Um, I got so much stuff around, but I got this because Ed went to a show I went to. Ed Piskor is with the Hip Hop Family Tree and cartoonist Kayfabe, and he had these Public Enemy action figures, right? Like, and there was only one of them on the table, and I'm like, I need that for my office just because it's sweet. And he signed it, to me, or whatever. But I said, man, sign it to me. I'm not going to sell it. I want it. I want it, And he said something like, I said, is there anybody here you're like looking to see or like meet? And he's like, no. And he was all businessman. He said, like, it was like the streets for him. He was like, everybody brings the money to me. You bring your money to me. And I just bought these from him. So I was like, I did it. I brought my money that I just made at my table over to him. And I forget how much those were. I don't know. But probably not what I made that day, right, Alicia? Like,
Probably, well, I don't know, it depends. When there's a couple of those fan art shows
that
where
was Three Rivers Con, like the first one.
oh, yeah, we didn't make anything.
We didn't make any money at
Yeah,
that show.
yeah.
So if I did make any money, Ed took it.
He earned it.
Ed's got my money. So I had bad respect for that. That conversation always sticks with me because I was like, I started to look at Comic Cons differently. So I'd go to shows then and I'd be like, I'm not buying. I don't need to buy anything here.
Meanwhile, I would run around and buy all this stuff.
Right. So it's like an all money in, no money out kind of hip hop thing, like it was cool. Like Ed's a cool dude.
Definitely a different vibe. I think we made a lot of friends that I really looked forward to seeing at those shows, like Joe
Yeah,
and Mikey.
sure.
I
Mikey
forget
Wood, Joe
who's the
Goblick.
guy with the gray ponytail for a while. He was interesting.
The guy with the gray ponytail? Are you talking about Dave Columbus?
Yeah, he
Dave
was fun.
Columbus. Shout out to Dave Columbus. I just saw him on Dave Columbus is he's doing a tarot card deck
Oh, that's rad.
on Facebook. Oh, yeah.
So Demon X wants to know if you work for Gary V now, and will the content change? So here on Dry or Die and in our Discord, I don't think anything will change. This is still
Yeah.
kind of the brand primarily geared towards artists, inspiring people, supporting each other.
Yeah.
We're going to keep going, but DJ, if you want to recap a little bit about your role on the VeeFriends team.
Yeah, so yes, I do work. My day job will shift starting January 2nd officially to working at VeeFriends as the comic creator there. So, but I'll mainly be doing that stuff over on their channels like Daylight, but the Draw or Die brand doesn't really change. As a matter of fact, the first time I got to have a conversation with Gary, like an interview with Gary, that was one of my first questions was like, hey, listen, I still run this brand on the side. I don't want to quit it. Like it was kind of like not a deal breaker, but like it was like I really want to continue to do this to encourage other artists. And he was all in for it. He was like, "Oh my God, like of course, like we won't make you stop that." And so yeah, they're very supportive of that. But when we're doing VeeFriends stuff, it'll be on the VeeFriends channels and that. And then, you know, I'm still gonna build this channel up, and I want to talk more. If you're listening to this and you're familiar with the Draw or Die brand, right? We'll talk about that because a few people from the VeeFriends world are not familiar with it, right? But the people that are here and know what the content's been like, you know that I put out in February of this year, I put out that Future of Comics video. And the Future of Comics video is pretty much what I'm going to be doing for Gary. It's like the template. It's like and I'll get a little bit more into that deeper story because it's a fun story. I like to tell it. And I'm going to start inking this guy up, I think, a little bit. I'm going to put some swords here. We'll just riff them. But what was I saying? Shoot.
Sorry, I was responding to Buddha.
I was saying oh, they were not going to. Yeah, everything will be cool here at Draw or Die, and I got a lot of support from them. And there was something else I was saying. What was I just saying? Darn it.
I'm sure it'll come back to you. So License Plate Girl wonders what you're doing here. So do you want to recap a little bit about the Draw or Die brand and kind of what you're drawing right now and why you're drawing it?
Yeah, so the Draw or Die brand is content that inspires to keep artists encouraged, right? So the idea is that like when artists don't get to draw, they feel dead inside. So a lot of our stuff is like exercises for artists and like just motivational content and stuff like that for artists. So this little character, go over here. This little character kind of just became like a little mascot this year. Scully, we call him. And these specific pieces here. Now I have not drawn on Bristol board with markers in probably over 2 years. So or drawing on Bristol like this. I usually draw on Procreate on the iPad. These specific pieces are going to the art exchange. So spoilers, if you're getting someone out there is going to get these.
They don't know who they are.
They don't know who it is, but I mean, someone knows that they asked for like.
So we wanted to do something fun for Christmas. So anybody who's on the newsletter mailing list could join our Elfster. We exchanged names and shipped a bunch of art to each other. So I've been kind of watching the tracking. Looks like most people have their art in the mail. So if you joined the art exchange, you should have received your package. If you are in the art exchange and you haven't drawn or shipped your piece yet, we're kind of down to the wire. DJs, I can't call you a slacker. You're just very busy.
Yeah.
So I'll be shipping these out probably expedited tomorrow morning to their recipients so that we can all get on our end of the year holiday party. It's going to be on the 27th. And if you're in the Elfster, there is a link there so that we can all kind of talk, because I thought normally it's just us kind of talking at you and reading comments. But it would be nice to be able to actually all talk to each other. So really excited for that.
Yeah. She asked how you can get involved. There's links in the description of this on YouTube. I see you're on X.
I'm going to grab the Discord link and throw it in the chat here. I'm just going to get it.
Okay. Well, if someone's over in Twitter, they can't.
Well, I have the Twitter up.
Oh, okay, great. So yeah, all the links are in the description, like drawordie.co. But what that is, real quick for everybody, is that's a weekly newsletter. It comes out on Sundays. It's free. And it's always some kind of inspiring little thing or whatever. And that's Sundays. And then we also have a daily drawing club, which it's kind of like the 5 a.m. drawing prompt club. And that's $5 a month. That's like our paid thing.
Oh, speaking of that, the quarter 4 stickers all went out yesterday. So if you logged into the shop and ordered your free sticker, you should get that in the mail in the next week or so.
Yeah, we've had a couple busy. It's been a busy time, let's say. Don't want to, focus. If you're in the club, you know the stuff we were dealing with. I was in a small car accident. We had a death in the family, all that stuff, all the negative stuff, but we're coming out of it now strong. So, anyways, where was I with the VFriends? Oh yeah, so VCon. So I go to VCon, and I would say, and you could see some of my videos online here on the YouTube channel. I had like a pretty deep experience at VCon with some like guided meditation stuff that happened at like a party, and like then Deepak Chopra did some stuff. It was weird, man. It was like, wow, all right, like talking about your inner child, and like, so I was at that show going like, man, I don't feel fulfilled. I'm still doing art on the side, and I'm helping a lot of artists, but I don't feel fulfilled. Fulfilled. I don't personally feel fulfilled because I put out that plan in my video, basically telling other artists like, here's the future of comics, and I'm like, do it, and then I'm not doing it. So that was sticking with me inside. I was like, but I'm not actually making comics anymore. Like, what? I felt like I did it once before, so I'm just talking about something I once did, and that just didn't feel very fulfilling. So, hey, one of the Council of Gyms is in the chat. Council Jim Kessler.
Hey, Jim.
Hello, Jim.
You didn't miss much.
No, I'm recapping the year, and I'm at VCon right now in May, and so yeah, I was having this like deep, like introspective journey at VCon while everybody else is like having like it was a really fun show. It was really surprising. I got to talk to some like digital artists and got to watch Bobby Hundred speak, and we get some really good stuff.
Saw Jake Tapper, one of your favorites.
Who?
Jake Tapper.
No, John Taffer, not Jake Tapper. That's the CNN guy. I'm like, I don't think Jake Tapper was at VCon. No.
I'm the worst.
John Taffer, right? Is that what it is? Bar rescue guy.
He was fiery. That was a good one.
He was awesome. I loved his story about the black roses that he sent to the movie producers or whatever, or the TV producers. Anyway, so then cut to like, okay, I come back from VCon, I'm all pumped up and all that. I'm like, okay, I gotta do more content, and like, I'm just still thinking about comics deep down inside. And like Ali will tell you, I am always talking about daily comics behind the scenes. I'm like, I'm gonna launch a daily, and she's like, don't do it. You don't have time to do that unless it's your full-time job. And I'm like, I know, right? This is what we got going on here. So Scully, he's got a little magic pencil. He's crushing some demons with his feet there. So I got demons, fantasy. Yeah, it'll be good. And so then fast forward, I'm still working at Spark, doing stuff all summer. It was really great. And then Vid Summit. So my homies at Vid Summit, like Daniel Batal, we hung out with Daniel. Shout out to Daniel Batal, Roberto Blake, Nick Nimmin. All those guys became my friends by way of my old job. And when you hang out with guys that are like the teachers of influencers on YouTube, they tell you like, DJ, you need to be, focusing on your passion and really get into, and I'm like, I am, but I wasn't. Right. So at Vid Summit, I told Ali, I'm like, well, people say what I should lean into what I'm really, really passionate about. But guess what, Ali? It's daily comic strips. And she was like, God dang it. That again. Right. Or like, not because, explain that, Ali. Like, you're not dissuading me from doing it. You're just with another day job. It's difficult to do a daily strip on top of having a full-time day job.
And a brand supporting people that kind of rely on us and really enjoy the content. So,
right.
I mean, your former day job, I guess former at this point, is not an easy. I mean, it's not like you're not a widget maker, for 8 hours a day that you can come home and turn it off and forget about it. And I feel like your mental capacity is only so much. So you can't ever just do a little bit of something. Like you always have to do it to like the nth degree, which I love you for that. But to do a daily comic, you're like, oh yeah, I could do that. But I know that a strip is going to take between 3.5 and 5 hours. I know that you have ridiculously high standards for yourself, so you're going to have to color it. Black and white's never going to be satisfying to you. So to say, you'll do this incredibly, mentally taxing work at a marketing company and then come home and do a strip, but then it's not just doing a strip, it's also promoting a strip and doing all of the social media and then doing all of the fan engagement and then doing all of the outreach that you have to do so that you get served on the social channels. And it's just,
You're my common sense. You're my common sense. You're not my common sense cow. That's not what I don't want to stick my foot in my mouth, but like
if
you're
I'm
the
gonna
common.
be a bee friend, I would prefer not to be a cow.
I'm sorry.
So yeah, I mean, we're both very ambitious people, and it's a good ambition, but you'll just bury yourself in work if
you let it, yeah.
if you let it.
So that said, at Vid Summit in October 1st, I was, having that moment of like, damn.
Demon X wants to know more about that spiritual experience. I think we can give it a shout out to Adrian.
Yeah, Adrian.
That was a pretty.
All right, let's rewind back to May then. We go to this brunch. I know it's a spec brunch now. Everything felt official to me, Allie. So if I say I was at an official party, it felt official to me.
It was.
People were making breakfast for us, and I was like, this feels really official. And these people were very important. But now I understand it was like explain what that was.
Well, it's all a subculture. And then like any good subculture, you have a bunch of like groups within the subculture. So like, I don't know, when I was a punk, there's fashion punks and crust punks and different people that kind of gravitate towards each other. And in the V-Friends universe, there's the Spectaculars and the Hangout Hawks and all of the groups that kind of rally around a character that they identify with. So we were at a spec brunch in the morning, and then we went on the next day. That was NF Daddy's breakfast party.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So that's what that was.
Yeah. So there was a young lady there named Adrian. I don't have her last name. I'm friends with her on. Oh man.
She's on X.
It's gonna come to me in a minute. But anyways, she came up to us with these cards, and was like, pick a card. Like pick 2 cards or something. And I picked like, non-judgment. And and they're like basically things that you should practice in your life, right? And I'm like, okay, that's cool. I like that. And I'm talking about my brand occasionally. Like if people are like, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I run Draw or Die, and it's a motivational brand for artists. And everybody's like really into that. They're like, wow, that's super cool. And wow, and why am I'm inking with the wrong. That's a 6. I need a 10. All right. Sorry. I'm like, this is taking too long. I gotta ink this up quick. And then she's like, okay, so now we're going to do a guided meditation, right? And like when I'm at a place and like someone like bursts, I don't mind prayer or anything like that, but you know how it is. Like it's like that sometimes where you're like, people are like, let's have a prayer, and you're like, oh, this is uncomfortable. Like I gotta bow and my head, and like, I don't know. I just feel it sometimes feels uncomfortable to me. But this whole like, let's do a guided meditation together. I was like, all right, I'm gonna, you know what? Why not? I'm gonna try this. And so I followed her instructions, which I could tell you, but we're not all going to have a guided meditation right now, guys. But I did that, and like they're like, oh, at some point she's like, go down and find like look at your inner child. And I'm a very visual person, so like I can visualize like my imagination, and it was not a pleasant experience for me. Like it was not nice. Like I had like the thing that I was in visualizing was like there's this inner child that I'm protecting from like all this BS in the world and all the people that have slings and arrows and like all that stuff. And I was like, made me fiery. Like I was like, this was supposed to be a peaceful experience, and now I feel very uncomfortable. And that made me go like, ooh, that's some deep stuff that's happening there. So I had to think about that for a while, and I'm like, man, that sucks. That sucks that I feel that way inside. And then the next day, it wasn't the same day, right? Deepak Chopra came on, and he did the same thing. He's like, now let's all, like, it was a giant, like the whole VCon, like, let's do a guided experience together. And I'm like, all right, let's try this again. And then it was kind of the same thing. So I was like, man, I got some stuff to work on. You know what I mean? So I came back from VCon, and I just kind of was like, all right, I need to start embracing and helping that inner child out. Like, and I feel like when I'm talking to my artist friends, I'm talking to you like your 8-year-old self. Like when I first met Allie, and I think our first date to IKEA or something. I asked her in the car, like I would always ask people like, what did you want to be when you grew up? And I think she said a writer. And I'm like, well, why didn't you write? And she had a lot of stuff to say about that. But I would always ask people, well, what did you want to be before the world told you that you needed to be something different? And that's like a powerful thing, right? But I never gave up. I was like, my 8-year-old self always wanted to be an artist. And even though the world was like, that's not a real job, and like, you can't do these things, I was like fiery and like, oh yeah, I'll show you. It didn't that's not that didn't always bode very well for jobs and things like that when I was younger. And when I did web comics, so like, yeah, it was a deep experience there as far as like an awakening of sorts, let's say. And yeah, it made me mindful of things. So that I think that experience led to when I was at Vid Summit, listening to all of my good friends say like things from the stage, like, whatever that thing is that you're super secretly passionate about that you'll never talk about out loud, or like I would never talk about it out loud because I didn't. It just like daily comic strip format for me was like, I really have a belief in it. Like I think it could come back to a bigger way. And no one believed that. Nobody like would believe that. If you would say it out loud or even go talk to publishers, they're like, that's crazy. No one thinks that. And then we got sick at Vid Summit. So we got the Rona, and we came back pretty super sick. And the way the story goes now is that I couldn't sleep. And I was like, man, miserable. And it's 2:00 in the morning. I go downstairs and I'm on the couch and I go to Twitter and I'm thumbing through, and there's a tweet from Gary Vaynerchuk that says, hey, I'm hiring a daily comic strip artist or a Sunday comic strip writer and concept artist. And I was like, what? I was like, oh, I could do that. And even though I wasn't feeling good, my brain just was on fire, and I'm like, I had already sketched some VFriends a little bit on some cards at VCon. And I was like, I can draw this. I can do this. And like my vision for how the future of comics thing went, I'm like, now I'm going to do it. I'm going to just do my plan and show other artists like, look, I'm going to do it. I'm going to show you how I do it. And if I don't get the job, cool. But I'm going to show you like how it's done. I'm not going to wait around. I don't feel good. Because if you're drawing a daily comic strip, guess what? You got to do it on the days you don't feel good too, right? That's kind of all right. Well, I think we're ready for some color on this. And by the way, if you're checking in, it's probably going to end up looking like something like that, like with some Copics on it, right? We'll get there.
What I think is really fun is while we were at VCon, and I completely forgot about this till right now, you gave away some sketch cards, I think.
I did.
Some
I
fan
did.
art sketch cards. So
There's-
there are probably like 3 or 4 people out there that have original DJ Kaufman Be Friends drawings from
Yeah, I didn't think of that. That's crazy. And now it's worth $1 million. Damn. Damn.
Will you draw me a Be Friend?
No. I'll have to ask. I'm gonna ask. You gotta pay. You gotta pay. No.
Then we live streamed, I don't know, 3 or 4 times of you know, giving your pitch and how you would do it and
Yeah.
how you
So
draw the characters.
yeah, I went live. And you know, we gotta give some credit. Like I worked my network. I was like, we knew Alicia's old boss, and we were like, I just said, like, who are the most popular VFriends characters? Like, I don't know who to, there's almost 300 of them. Which one should I draw? So I just asked, like, which were the popular ones? And he was like, he gave us the Jeremy Knows email. And I asked Jeremy, and he's like, well, you know, you could just draw whatever ones. Like, there's not really, you know, you see what's out there, right? That's kind of Jeremy's guidance, was like, you see the ones that we put up, so why not just do those? And I was like, all right, so Panda, you know, those top ones, Panda, Giraffe. And I just drew as many as possible, and I went kind of nuts. But I also went live. So Jeremy was familiar with the live. He saw the live stream, sent it to Andy, and then, like, I think in that second stream, Andy from VFriends popped in the stream, and he's like, hey, DJ. And I'm like, yeah, this is cool. Like, at least they're seeing it, right? I knew that they could pick any artist on the planet. I need to figure out what I'm coloring these.
I'm shocked that those Copics still work.
Yeah, they're not gonna. I'm gonna have to refill some of these. Just gonna throw some up here. Let's see. We're gonna throw that blue down. I'm feeling some green. Let's do some green. Hold on, I'm getting it. Let's just do that. A little yellow. Why not? That one's. We'll use that one too. Purple might be good. Purples. Sorry, I just got to pick these colors and just throw them out of the way here. All right, we got a big mess going here. All right. Let's see what happens. Got an N4. That's dry. Oh, that's super dry.
Couple check-ins from the club. Charlie James is here.
Charlie,
I hope your hand's doing better. Having
Allie, you didn't hear?
Mm-mm.
He chopped it off.
What?
Evil got into it, and he just chopped it off and made
a movie about
that. He made a robot hand.
Chicken Butt's here. He's been busy with work, working on some deliveries for a game during December, and looking forward to drawing more.
Okay.
Charlie says his hand's much better.
Nice.
See, no demon hands. Buddha Care Bear says the drawing prompts this week reminded her of Jumanji.
Yeah, those were fun prompts this week for those watching that might watch later too. We have a daily drawing prompt that comes out at 5 o'clock in the morning Eastern time, so that you can, like, you know, warm up your day with a drawing. And we got a Discord channel for that.
I forgot we need to do the drawing. So the people that emailed me that drew all 6 prompts, was that last week?
Yep, last week.
Were Sarah Wadford, Matthew Miller, Paul McMorran, Stephen Finney, John Irwin, Stephanie Hampton, Robert Racine, Nothing Space, and Jess Wardell. So let me
explain what that is. They drew. So sometimes I'll just say like, let's give away something cool. So this time it's a Blackwing rustic box with their name on it for your Blackwing pencils. You know, my favorite pencil.
Can I share my screen in this new view thing that we're doing?
You can switch it up. You can switch it up. Switch up the little things down there and like just.
Okay, give me a moment, because I'm gonna do a wheel of names.
Okay.
But if you want to talk about, what were the prompts? Was it a theme week?
It was like a week where we have different exercises every. Like we have a few different types of exercises that we go back to a lot. So it was like a whole week of like the best of. So there was a scribble challenge. There was, a quote challenge kind of thing. Like draw who said this. Like there was just one of each thing. There were 6 of them. So if you did, I'm gonna color it on my desk again. Let's just put a little paper down there. I said, hey, I want to encourage more people to draw all the prompts if they can. And I said, if you draw all 6, then we'll do a special drawing live for it. So now here we are, and she's typing the names into the wheel of names, and then she'll send it to you. You can write whatever you'd like on it. I don't want to stop. No one wants to stop and watch me refill Copics. Why did I do this?
I feel like that's a different kind of video. That's like a
ASMR.
Yes. I always get those initials wrong, so.
Right. Well, I'm not going to have a choice in the matter. This is pretty bad. So while she's, doing I'm just going to, it won't take me long. I'm going to refill this Copic live if you don't know. This is my lavender. So I got a lavender refill. Let's see if I make a big mess. Move that out of the way. Got this guy. I'm gonna do it the old school way. I'm just gonna pop that off. Go right to the tip. Strip right off there. It absorbs it like a sponge. Pretty neat.
Tina was wondering what kind of markers you use brand-wise.
These are Copics, which are, relatively expensive, I guess. But once you collect them, you can do what I'm doing here. You can just refill them. You can buy the refills, and there was a shortage of these. Remember, Alicia? Like it was getting hard to find. Oh no, there we go.
So for those of you that drew, this is what we're gonna draw for. It's a Blackwing rustic box set, and we'll put your name on it, or we'll have to coordinate on the name, because I think all of you have like 4 different screen names and then a real name, and we'll talk about it. And then here is our wheel.
I didn't really prep for this. I didn't prep for this stream. I just got home from work and I was like, oh, I gotta draw this. I don't want to go live. And then Alicia's like, you should go live. Let's go. I'm like, all right.
LFG, DJ, LFG.
LF. Meander. Let's just meander.
You ready to spin this?
Yeah, go ahead. Spin it.
All right, let's go.
Oh, I like the little graphic you put in there. That's nice. Cool.
Stephen Finney.
Hey, Stephen Finney.
All right. And you didn't have to be here live, so Stephen, if you're watching later, we have an email.
It's usually always Steph that wins. She has all the stuff. All right. Okay, so we're back to the. Let me find that view. Looking at that view. Got it.
Doer State Alex wants to know what you're most looking forward to from your Friends role in 2024.
What am I most looking forward to in the Be Friends role in 2024? I just said it this evening. You know, there's been multiple times where what do I say in the morning, Alicia, when I'm going to work?
I just want to stay home and draw comics.
I just want to stay home and draw comics all day. So now I get to do that. So it's pretty awesome. You say it out loud, like Jesse Itzler said, right? Like at VCon, he said that, like, that was a big one for us, right, Alicia?
I cried.
Jesse Itzler hit it with, like, the things you say out loud, the universe hears that shit. So we were like, I'm never tired. I even had that on my phone for a long time, like, or my watch at noon. It would say, like, I never get tired, right? So if I wake up every day and say, like, I just want to draw comics all day, I just want to draw comics all day, and then suddenly I'll be drawing comics all day, you know.
All
don't know what. What are you laughing about?
All the comics.
Yeah, I'm drawing all. We're gonna
all the comics.
Gary's like, can you just wake up and just turn on as soon as I roll out of bed, I'm gonna say you're gonna see me getting out of bed.
No.
And then going to the artboard and then drawing.
I'll have to conquer Laundry Mountain. I don't think we can have a live stream in our room.
Yeah, can someone come and do all of our laundry? Like, yeah. No, so yeah, I'm looking forward to drawing live, and like, it's fun to create with other people. So if it's Gary or maybe like some of the staff or some of the fans, like, kind of collaborating together, that's what I'm really looking forward to doing. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, and maybe I don't know. I don't know what the plans entail really. It seems like they have other plans for me, and I don't know. They were kind of like, oh, just wait, just you wait, and I'm like, all right, let's see.
It's a mystery.
It's a mystery, and I'm excited. But I'd like to go to. I'd like to. You know, I'm looking forward to VCon again. That's going to be a different experience this year. Ooh, I like this. You can't really see this yellow, but I don't know if it shows up. Like, it's like a really cool. It's called Acid Yellow. Let me see if I can get in there. No.
You can kind of see it.
Acid Yellow.
The number, is that a Y?
Y08.
Did you melt that?
What?
It's melted.
It's not melted. There's just some eraser gunk on it, you know, from years of. I mean, these Copics have seen it. These Copics are like, how many conventions have these Copics been to, and how many drawings have these Copics done? Oh my gosh, a lot. All those sketch covers, remember those?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, do we still have the StreamYard giveaway tool?
Yeah. Hold on. I'm gonna try and send this to you so you can do it. Copy. I'll send it to you on the messenger.
Do we have an internal messenger?
If you're logged in to StreamYard, you should be able to open that in another tab and then say what stream you're in, and then it will allow you to do the deal.
Let's see.
We're gonna keep the fire going here. How many? Yeah, Barry's prismatic colors are 3 years old. I think these Copics are like 8 years old.
I don't think you've used them for.
I haven't used them.
Or when did we stop conventioning?
Yeah, that's a good question. It's been a long time.
So I feel like I booked you at like 13 conventions in 1 year, and then you were like, oh, I
I'm
don't
done
want
with this.
to.
It was fun. It was a fun test. How that worked was I always would be at conventions trying to sell our comic books, and no one cared. Or some people cared, not no one, but they would like, we'd be selling a comic, and they'd go, "Can you draw me Batman?" And I'd be like, "No, I'm not here to draw you Batman." And then one day I just said, "F it, let's draw Batman," and then that just turned into a whole fan art years. Gonna be a completist. And you know what I haven't done? I used to mix the Copics with the colored pencils. Oh boy, that's a whole other. So I could get every color under the sun with that. But we're not going down that path tonight.
Barry says, oops, they're 30 years old.
Oh, 30 years old. Okay.
That's a bit different than 3.
Prismacolors? Do you refill them? Barry, do you refill your Prismacolors with alcohol? I don't know. I remember I used to do that, I think. Like, I feel like I would get them working again when they would get dry. I think. Oh man, I feel like this is going to be. I feel like I'm going to make a mess here when I unplug this one. I have a feeling.
So.
No, it's all right. It's a little wet in there. I filled this one up the other time pretty good, so I'm gonna get these swords first. Okay, so are you figuring out the stream? She's gonna give away something, I think, randomly.
I got it. All right.
Got it?
We're gonna give away a mug, I think.
Ooh, a mug. Can you show the mug first?
Yes. I think.
Yeah, Barry, I took that plunge. You know, Barry knows what I'm talking about, but it's like Copics are a pretty good investment. Like, so unless you're like doing a lot of art with it, doesn't make sense to do it. Unless you're crazy, and I am. So I just said, okay, let's go. Let's just buy all the Copics, and I went all in on that. And then my Prismacolor pencils are great too. All right, so there's our mug. Show the other side. I wish I just was drinking out of the mug.
Oh, that's right. We have one now.
Give away one of these mugs.
So if you would like to enter to win a mug, you're going to hashtag mug in the chat. And I believe
this on YouTube. It only works on YouTube.
Okay.
So people watching on Twitter, it won't work. So, but you can give away one on Twitter too if you want.
I think there's only one person on Twitter. That's not
all
really
right. Sure. I'm sorry. Come over to YouTube real quick. Come to the YouTube channel real quick.
Yeah, so hashtag mug in the comments, and let's switch over to the tool here.
I don't know what color these guys should be. I'm going to go with the green, I guess.
Mug.
Chartreuse. Do that. It'll be green.
It's working.
What's that? It is work. It's working because there are people that are saying it and the numbers are going up, right? We have about a 10-second delay too, so.
The number says 0.
It says 0? Did you say we were in the right room?
I think so.
Go back. Choose the stream. See live stream? Choose that.
That's what I did.
You did that? All right. Try it again.
There we go.
All right. Cool. So just let that run for a little bit because there's a 10-second delay.
Hey, Lola.
Hey, Lola. Happy, what is it? The solstice or what do you call it? The equinox?
Is that today?
That was yesterday. Or wait,
Oh,
is it
the
today?
darkness will stop.
21st? Today? Yeah, I think.
Larry's here. I didn't see you in the comments before. Hey, Larry.
Mhm. Okay. Let that go. If you put hashtag mug in the comments here on YouTube, that will be giving away a mug. So let's keep that up for a second. That's 7. Can we get to like 9? 9 mugs?
Should have
Hmm?
maybe 13, but I know not everybody always wants to.
Okay. How long have we been
They
going?
might already have a mug.
Yeah, they might already have a mug, but they could have 2 mugs, one for their pencils and one for their coffee. Come on. Right.
I wish there were different colorways. This one only has black.
Mm,
Chicken Butt already has a mug. All right.
do it.
Let's do it.
Remember that time that I did it and it broke? The whole stream went down?
Barry.
Hey, Barry.
Congrats, Barry. I'll send you a link so you can order that from the shop.
Sweet. That's a nice mug. That's fun.
Gotta write these things down or I'll forget.
Then Barry will come for you. Where's my mug?
So we're sending Barry a mug. We're sending Buddha a drawing of Scully with a jetpack.
Okay.
And we're sending Stephen Finney the Blackwing box, but I need to know what he wants engraved on it.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. All right, so special surprise for everybody watching right now. I'm gonna give away $10,000 right now. No, I'm just kidding. I can't do that. I'm not that.
We can't give away $10,000 because I don't have a job.
Yeah, let's talk about you for a second. But
so it's been an interesting fourth quarter. My stepdad passed away, and then a few days later I got laid off. And the fun part about that is I started applying for things immediately, and I'm interviewing for like 3 positions, and I've only not had a job for like, I don't know,
2 weeks.
2 weeks. So I've filed unemployment. I've never had to do that before.
Oh yeah, talk about that.
And some other person was using my social security number, but under their name. So I had to go get that all sorted out. That all got sorted out pretty easily considering it's the government. And then I had 1 second interview and I'm scheduled for another second interview. And I think that my boss who laid me off did me a huge favor because I'm really excited about these roles, and I think I might even be able to like wiggle my way into a raise. Not like a crazy raise or anything, but I did apply for a job that is, I mean, it would probably be a pretty big job. But if I got that one, it's for like a tech startup in San Francisco. And my profession is executive assistant. And you can make some serious bank if you get in with the right company and you do a really good job. So I am excited. I think
Yeah, you've got a couple.
We read our horoscopes pretty regularly.
Oh yeah.
And like in the back of my head, I'm just like, oh, this is just fun. But it was kind of crazy accurate. Like
you read the Susan Miller horoscope, astrology.com.
Yeah, so I was feeling really down, and I really put a lot of stock in my work. Like, I know it's not healthy to connect your identity to how good you are at your job. But getting laid off was like a major blow because I was like, wow, I thought I was doing really good. And maybe I was, it might not have had anything to do with me. But I think when I read my horoscope, it said, so weird, it said this month that I would have this big career shift and massive growth. So I don't think that was possible in my last role. Like,
Yeah.
it kind of just like was what it was. It wasn't a big company yet. It might have been at some point down the line, but for this like massive growth that Neptune and Saturn apparently are thinking about,
Yeah.
I'd have to leave, and I wouldn't have left on my own because I was really committed and loyal. So I think it just had to happen, assuming any of that is real, which it probably isn't.
Right.
So
Sometimes it's weird. Sometimes it's very eerily. Mine was pretty spot on, but
yeah, but I think it's for the best. I was feeling sorry for myself for about a day, and then I was like, I gotta hustle something up. Like, I can't sit and just wait for something. And I think it's gonna be really good. Like, really good.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what I got going on, and spending more time with my mom, which is good for us. And I probably should have done it before someone died, but here we are, and
Shout out to Lois.
and moving forward.
Listening probably like right now. Okay, let's see here.
I think the other thing we wanted to talk about is my crazy idea for our Jar Quarter 1 project.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's completely fleshed out yet. But I think we could talk about it.
Yeah, talk about it. So, well, do you want to talk about it? Or?
I'm trying to remember how it goes.
Okay.
So, I know we want to do a sequential art project that everyone can kind of get involved in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh no, that's that is way too dry of a pen. I don't have a refill for that one. You like? Sorry, go ahead. Keep talking.
So what popped into my head was, what if we did a comic about Scully and you started the first panel, and then every week whoever wanted to could contribute the next panel in the Jaredai Discord, and we would pick the next panel and then build on that. So yeah, Barry, it like a jam piece. And every week someone's panel would be the next panel.
Yeah. Yeah, and then I'll pick but the cool thing is if we get enough people doing the panels, then it becomes kind of a puzzle piece that in the Discord, we're going to have this mainly run through Discord, right, Allie?
Mm-hmm.
We could technically have multiple version stories pieced together from different versions of the panels that people drew. So there could be like one story arc, like Dimensions almost, like in a parallel universe, Scully went a different route. Right.
And then I think we decided on like 5 main characters. And you can't really go away from those 5. So I think we said Scully and his dad, because those exist now. And then Mama Ghost. Did the community decide that?
Everyone thought that the ghost would be cool. I just haven't drawn what the ghost looks like.
And then we have the fish and the bird.
The fish and the bird. Yeah, I've actually got a couple birds. I got early bird and night owl. There's an early bird and there's a night owl. Because artists are either early birds or night owls. Yeah, so like we'll try to stick into that, and like no copyrighted characters, because like we can't like have Superman flying in there. Because because we might try to print it. Not
So instead of Superman, it would have to be like Awesome Dude.
Super Dude. Yeah. Yeah, we just want to avoid that if we want to print it and get it out, to, I guess, collaborators that get printed in it would probably get a copy. I don't know how it's going to work. But I'm thinking, so that would come out every Sunday. We'll talk about it more in the weekly newsletter, probably this weekend. It's probably going to be the topic of what's up in this weekend's newsletter, I think. Because we got to get cracking on that like now. Or we never sleep. That's right, Lola. You're just both. You're the early bird and the night owl. You're just the bird then. Okay, this is looking all right. It's not as cool as this though. Like I did a lot of cool colors on this, so I'm gonna try.
I think it's your background. You need to fix that gray.
This
like
gray,
there's like a little like skull wall back there or
something. Yeah, let's do it. I'll fix it up. Let's fix it up live here. Yeah, because he did say Skulls Fantasy. I think that was an N4 that I used. So I got to go a little darker. Try the C5. Let's just see it down here. Yeah, that'll work. So I'm just going to go ahead and just do that. I'm going to freehand in some like cool skulls or
like a catacombs kind of.
Right, like he's in the catacombs, like a Dungeons and Dragons adventure, something like that. He's found the magical pencil. Doesn't have to make sense. Right. What else is on the list to talk about? So that was that. Alicia's Job Hunt, Q1 plans, story chain, art exchange, party link. So the art exchange, we said that already, but we can read.
Yeah, so if you're in the Elfster and you registered and then you forgot about it, please draw your art for the person whose name was drawn for you and get that in the mail. It should be a physical piece of art. If you're running super late and you need to, email them a picture of it as you get it into the mail, that would be okay. But we don't want anyone to be disappointed. And then on the 27th, we'll have a little Google Meetup so that we can all kind of chat. I don't think that unless people have kind of done that on their own, I don't know that we've ever had like a chat meetup for the Jar or Die Club. And then for those who don't know, the Jar or Die Club is just kind of a supportive community for artists where you can come in to the Discord, follow each other on social media, and just really talk about art and inspire each other to keep going and keep creating. So we did an art exchange for Christmas. We'll have a live meetup link. That link is in the Elfster. Just make sure you check that out. And then for people in the Daily Drawing Club, which is the email that goes out at 5 a.m. daily with a drawing prompt, those members were invited to an art gift exchange. That meetup will immediately follow the art exchange meetup, and you have a link for that in your Elfster group as well.
Right.
Someone asked, I think it was Lola, might have been Buddha, if we have any ideas for our quarterly stickers for 2024.
Allie, do you want to show that? Well, should we show? No, I don't know if we should show the Q1.
Let's show it. Let me find it.
Yeah. I did draw the Q1 sticker for 2021. And I have another idea too, but I think it might be like more.
They pointed out that they think it's the year of the dragon.
Oh. Oh.
That could be fun.
Yeah.
So I can share the Q1 sticker, I think.
Yeah. Can you zoom in on it? So it's like a Mickey Mouse watch, but it's the pointing to 5 a.m. So
A dragon could be cool, and if we did a dragon, then I could do one of the holographic stickers. Because I love those sticker effects that we can get now.
mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, maybe Q2. Who knows though? Next week I have off technically.
You off.
Technically off. But you know, so maybe next week we're gonna be working on some stuff for the brand, or I might do another idea that I had. It's like a fiery kind of sky going on here.
I'm gonna come back to that drawing because I feel like it's coming together pretty good there.
Well,
which I don't know which view. Can you fix the view?
Yeah, it's like there's a little down arrow, and then there's this. There we go.
Yay!
All right, so it's looking a little bit better. You know, yeah. We'll try to plan. Like it's hard right now. It's hard because we don't know what our schedule will be for 2024, like the daylight schedule. Like if she gets a new job, and I know what I'll be doing during the day. We're doing a lot of VeeFriends comics live. Hopefully, we're going to be as live as possible. So we'll get a schedule for that, but it'll be me creating the daily comic strip for VeeFriends, and that'll be really fun to watch. And I think we'll do that on the VeeFriends channels, and I'll let the Draw or Die Club know. Like there's some cool ideas like coffee and comics we talked about. Like maybe it's a morning stream, or maybe it's like at noon. We're gonna decide on when we're live with that. So we have this one. This one's like a lot more vivid. I screwed this one up. Why is this one blacker than that one? All right. I can fix that. I'm going to fix that. I think there's another black over here. So yeah, we're looking forward to 2024. Better year than this year, I think. This year was a good year though, you know. It was a year of changes, and I don't know. I feel really good about it. It is bittersweet, kind of like I'm super stoked to have a new job, but I really did like working with everybody at Spark. So, you know, my German friends always say you always meet twice. So I've met them twice, so I never meet them again now. No, you meet multiple times. You know, never burn bridges, all that stuff. I've learned that. You know, you never know. Right, Alicia?
Absolutely. I don't know. I was just watching a Ryan Holiday video about change, and I think I know we talked about the purge, our stuff purge at our house, but I think my other main goal for 2024 is to be more excited about change and less resistant to it.
Okay. I have an idea, but I'm going to mess this up.
What?
I have an idea for this piece that I'm working on, but I think it's probably going to mess it up if I do it. Let me be right back. All right, let's see. This. Oh. All right. I just got these Posca markers.
Oh, you've not used those at all.
Yeah, I did. I used it on this a little bit.
Did you?
No, you know what? I used it on this. Hold on. Check this out. I used it on this.
That's really cool.
Right. And no looking back.
Soggy Waffles wonders what VeeFriends character you're excited to draw in their story.
Ah, the skilled skeleton. Oh, TCB taking care of business. Man, there's so many, and I've had so much time to think about it too.
I think I pulled that one from earlier.
You pulled that.
I think so. I don't know. It just popped up for me, but it was a good timing.
Yeah. All right, we'll put a little orange in this. Oh yeah, that's gonna be cool. I'm gonna go over that. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint over the fire lines, the black fire lines. That's what I'm gonna do right now. We're just gonna pray that I don't screw this up.
And then you'll just have to draw it again.
I'm not drawing it again. This is what you get.
I'm sure that they'll love it.
We'll get it. Posca markers aren't really for paper. You know, they're not really for Bristol. They're for like drawing on glass and plastic, and that's what I'm noticing. Like I could really do up my microphone over here. Like I could
You're gonna draw on your microphone?
I could draw on this microphone right here if I wanted. Oh. Draw like a little fire on there if I want.
It's really cool.
Maybe that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, that's not really that great for that, to be honest. I do have a little white one here. So that's pretty good for no stop. We'll start drawing all over the desk, and you know, I've been known to do it. So, right? Oh yeah, that's. I like it just for the highlight. You know, I got some other Uniball pens that I might use for this. Actually, this is not a great idea.
I feel like you're just playing now.
Yeah, I'm just playing around. That's what I'm doing.
Find all your toys.
Right. We had this old paint. We had this old Sharpie pen. Let's see what it does. Oh, that looks. I think it's the same kind of dealie. This is old. All these art supplies are super old. You know. Nope, that sucks. I know I have a
Chicken butt says danger.
danger. What fun is? All right. I had a Uniball pen here somewhere, man. What's up? If I did. No, what about some silver? Got like a silver pen here.
That's fun.
That's
you got
fun.
some swords there.
Yeah, I got some sword. This one's pretty dead. Let's see if I could just do a little highlight.
What happened to that like super drippy one that I bought you?
I think I do know where that's at. The you know. Where's the bag? Fine. It's probably still in this bag. Hold on. Oh, what? Oh, we got it.
There we go.
Let's see that one. As I blast silver ink all over this. I don't trust it because you know what happened. Oh yeah, that's. I mean, you can't really. I'm just gonna hit the one side of the sword with it. Yeah. Be like a little bit of highlight on Scully's pants. It's not like really that like. You can't really see it on the camera, but it's there. There's some metal.
Oh, you can see it.
It's happening.
Do you have the bronze one?
It's probably in this bag as well. Let's see. Oh yeah, I got that. That was the drippy one, right? This one.
Yeah, that would look cool on their horns.
Ooh. All right. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it's like not as metallic as it seems. Sucks. All right. I don't know why. Maybe it's because it's going over the Copic. Bet that's what's up. No, it's actually dry.
Oh,
It's really dry.
all the ink ran out of it.
Yeah, that one time that I was like signing something or something, it just blasted. But that's the fun part about it because you don't really have to, you can explore with this. I got so many markers on here now. Like I like to do things like just go, like here's this Prussian blue, and I think that the Prussian blue. I don't want to noodle with it too much, but like I feel like the Prussian blue could be like a nice accent color for inside this purple here. Because like a framing thing. And then I won't noodle with it after this. But I just want to put some darker, darker lines on the bottom just to kind of frame it. I was online. We were getting like ready for a stream. I forget. I think the guy's name was Eric from Be Friends behind the scenes. And he's like, you have a really soothing voice.
A couple people have said that before.
Which is, I said it's weird to me because we said that about Tom, Clueless Bushcraft. We're like, everybody could just listen to your voice and like chill out, Tom. And now people are saying that to me, and I'm like, really? Thanks, guys. I need something to read off of, like a bedtime story or something, like, like narrate what's going on here or something. It's basically Scully. It's getting better, right? Like we got a little more color going on here. It's not as cool as this one. This one's cooler. This one's like I really went to town with some Kirby Crackle, and I should have done that, but I didn't want it to be the same. It would be a little different. We'll throw a couple more skulls in the background here, and then I think we'll be good. Right. Thanks for hanging out and watching. And hopefully maybe once we figure out what our daylight's going to look like, we'll just schedule a regular stream again, for a nighttime stream.
I think it's definitely better when it's scheduled, but I don't think that you can let like perfection get in the way of just going.
Right, because I literally came home from work and I was like, I think I'm just going to sit on the couch and sketch this up. And she's like, no, we need the content for the channel. And I was like, all right.
Well, not just the content. Like I feel like we haven't talked to anyone. Like I feel like it's been a month of weird happenings and tragedy and scrambling around and preparing for the holidays, and we just needed to get on.
Yeah. What are we at? Hour 28. We said that.
Are we drawing a jetpack?
Yeah. I'm just gonna do the sketch. I'm not gonna draw the whole thing right now, unless Alicia makes me draw it. The whole thing.
Maybe that's why I got laid off. I make people do things.
No. I just told Jimmy this morning, I'm like, I couldn't do all this without you because guys are very we need a good person to like stop us from just goofing off all day. Right.
I goof off more than you do.
Yeah.
Although, I guess like making financial spreadsheets isn't like actually goofing off. Like my goofing off is very boring.
Wait. I'm gonna fix this. A little shadowy. So it's really faint lines right now, but you'll see here in a minute.
Lola says night streams are great. Working retail days during holidays require soothing drawing live streams. Lola, I feel for you. I used to do retail. Holidays are really, really something else. So hang in there. You're almost past the post Christmas rush.
Yep. Oh. Nightmare before Christmas.
And after Christmas. Honestly, I think when I worked at the mall a million years ago, I think right after Christmas was almost worse. Except for like the day that Santa Claus would come. It's so different now though. I wonder, like we were at the mall on Black Friday and it looked like a regular Saturday night pre like internet pandemic kind of shopping crash.
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder, I don't know, I'm sure it's bad, but like I remember on Santa Day, it used to be that like you could not move in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't even leave my shop to go to the bathroom.
Oh. Where did you work? Sunglasses Hut?
Yeah, I worked at Sunglass Hut.
Yeah. A long time ago. A galaxy far, far away.
It does feel like another life. I think people are worse now though. Oh, floral shop in a grocery market.
Ew.
Yeah. I always thought that would be a fun job, floral design, but also people would ruin it.
People ruin everything. No. This world would be so great if it weren't for the people. No. People are awesome.
Wow, Chicken Butt says our local big mall had 4 shooter lockdowns. Chicken Butt, aren't you in Canada? I thought you didn't have those problems in Canada. Maybe I'm wrong.
I don't know.
Maybe Canada has the gun problem too.
I don't know. What's wrong with people? Why can't everybody just draw?
Oh, apparently Alberta is the Texas of Canada.
Oh? Now we learned something. Right.
Buddha, I feel like we got our COVID out early. So we caught it in Texas, I think.
Yes.
But yeah, we hope everyone else is staying well and safe. And seems like people don't get as sick now for the most part. So that's good at least.
Yeah.
Barry wants to know if I plan to write anymore.
Well, she's going to be ghostwriting some VFriend strips now. Sometimes she comes up with some great punchlines.
Not officially, Barry. I had done a little bit of writing for, gosh, I think that was like 7 years ago. Sean Atkins's Thunder Girl, and I don't know. I think I was doing that, and then I did some writing for Godchild that DJ and I worked on together. And I feel like I write a lot professionally, depending on what job I get, just kind of composing correspondence and writing blog things and writing procedural type stuff that I'm kind of burned out on it. And the creative side doesn't really come as easily.
Yeah, Barry's talking about, are you drawing people hunting down pregnant ladies?
I know, but I feel like the technical writing like just burns me out, and then I'm not as creative. But also, DJ never finished our comic book.
Oh, let's not talk about that. Why'd you have to go there?
Just have to remind you every now and then.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know the realities of it.
I know.
The comic book industry. What are you gonna do? Well, we're going to bring back daily comic strips. I know that they exist, but
They do now.
But I mean, do they really though? We're about to find out. Okay, I'm not gonna. I guess I'm just gonna keep on. What are we at? 135. All right. Oh, it's 9:51. Holy Moses! Look, time flies when you're having fun. So you get in that zone and you can just draw all night. But Alicia's like, it's time for bed. No,
You don't have to go to bed.
I know. Wake up at 5. So I'm not necessarily tired. Once I start getting in the zone, then I could just draw for hours till I pass out doing it. But yeah, I'm gonna call this quits. I don't think this is gonna be the one that I send him because his head's all weird.
It's like a perspective thing.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I'm not drawing. Usually you're supposed to draw at like a 45-degree angle, and I'm drawing kind of flat. So yeah.
He looks very happy. Like very, very happy.
Well, he loves jetpacks. What can I say?
Oh, Buddha likes the weird head.
You like the weird head? Maybe sometimes, and I also was thinking are there pencils coming out of the, is it a pencil jetpack? I don't know.
I think so.
All right. Wait. That's what I've been doing. I've been using my iPhone there as the thingy. We can go to 2 up. Let's do that. There you are. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. And that's cool. We'll be back soon. Tune in for the newsletter this weekend, which I need to write. But we're going to talk more about the challenge, the quarter one. It's going to be all quarter. Every Sunday, there will be a panel that I draw the first panel, and then you draw it, and then I draw it, and then you draw it. It'll be cool. So good night, everybody. And thanks for watching. Be friends, people that are new. Thank you for the warm welcome. And it's going to be a lot of drawing happening real soon. So bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye. How do we don't have any fancy outros or anything like that. It's just bye. End of stream.